good afternoon everyone. Now we are broadcasting the live through spmflix.com. For Tanya Cikgu Biology section, send in your question via spmflix FB Messenger or spmflix.com and I will answer your question within time frame. So, good afternoon everyone. So, I am Mr. Fong. Okay, so at first, I think I would like to share some tips. I believe that most of you now, you are having your biology mid-year exam. So for mid-year exam, I believe should be last week or maybe this week will be your biology paper. So I'm here, would like to share some tips about the exam. Okay, let's say we talk about paper 2. Okay, so normally for paper 2, what that you need to focus. Okay, we start from very basic from Form 4 syllabus. Okay, let's say from chapter 2 to chapter 5. Means your Form 4 syllabus from chapter 2 is about organelles, is about cell organization, number 1. Then for chapter 3 is about osmosis or the fluid mosaic model. And then chapter 4 about enzyme, for example, and chapter 5 cell division. So if you can master these 4 chapters, I believe it will bring you minimum 24% of the total paper. Why I say so? Because normally for SPM paper, there will be 5 structure. I mean paper 2, there will be 5 structure and got 4 essay. So for the 5 structure, normally got 2 structure, they will set according to chapter 2 to chapter 5 for your Form 4 syllabus. So from here, I put it this way. There are 5 structure all together, okay? And then there will be 2 structure will come up from chapter 2 to chapter 5. And you should know that for SPM standard structure, one structure will give you about 12 marks. So here minimum 2 structure will give you total is your times 2, you will get answer is 24. This is the minimum. And sometimes chapter 2 to chapter 5, it can come out also in one essay. And for the essay, one essay is about 20 marks. So total will be 44, is enough to pass the paper. So if you ask me, okay, how to pass, so you can focus on chapter 2 to chapter 5, the basic like this, and for you to pass first. Okay, so now we got the first question. Okay, let me solve this one for you first. Okay, soalan 1. Okay, di mana pankreas ialah salah satu kelenjar endokrin yang terlibat dengan mengawal atau aras glukosa dalam darah manusia. Terangkan bagaimana pankreas bertindak apabila seorang individu mengambil karbohidrat yang berlebihan semasa sarapan pagi. Okey, katakan kalau kamu makan banyak, di mana of course kamu punya aras gula akan meningkat melebihi aras yang normal. Dan ini merupakan soalan struktur dan jumlah adanya 3 markah. Okey, so bagaimana kamu boleh skor? Okey, step by step. Yang pertama, kamu kena beritahu kandungan gula ataupun aras gula dalam darah meningkat ataupun tinggi, di mana ini boleh merangsangkan pankreas untuk menghasil atau merembes insulin. So yang pertama, main point ialah insulin dulu. Maksudnya yang pertama kena beritahu aras glukosa dalam darah meningkat selepas sarapan pagi. Okey, tak kira kamu makan nasi ke, makan roti ke, okey, di mana dia pun adanya kanji. Akhirnya akan dicernahkan dan jadi glukosa. Diserap oleh usus kita. Jadi apabila, okey, lepas makan, kandungan gula akan meningkat. Apabila kandungan aras gula meningkat, di mana ini merupakan satu rangsangan yang boleh merangsangkan pankreas kita untuk menghasilkan insulin hormon. So, dia punya main point ialah yang pertama kena beritahu selepas makan sarapan pagi, aras glukosa dalam darah meningkat. Yang pertama. Yang kedua, okay, aras glukosa darah yang tinggi dapat merangsang pankreas untuk merembes atau menghasilkan insulin. Jadi yang kedua ialah insulin. Yang nombor 3, dalam hati, insulin boleh menukar kandungan gula yang berlebihan. The excess one, yang berlebihan saja. Okey, sekali lagi ya, insulin di dalam hati dapat menukarkan kandungan gula yang berlebihan kepada glycogen. So you mention glycogen is already 1 point. 1 markah. Okey, saya ulang lagi ya. Yang pertama, 3 markah. Yang pertama kena beritahu, selepas makan sarapan pagi, aras glukosa dalam darah meningkat. Poin yang pertama. Poin yang kedua, kandungan gula yang tinggi dalam darah merangsang pankreas merembes insulin. Yang kedua ialah insulin. Poin nombor 3, di dalam hati, insulin menukar gula yang berlebihan kepada glycogen. Jadi jumlah adanya 3 poin. Ada tak any extra point? Of course ada. Katakan, you beritahu glycogen kemudian akan disimpan dalam hati, akan dapat 1 extra. Tapi sini hanya ada 3 markah saja. Jadi untuk lebih senang ialah yang pertama, tolong beritahu selepas makan aras gula meningkat. Yang kedua, kandungan gula darah yang tinggi dapat merangsangkan, dapat merangsangkan pankreas, organ pankreas untuk merembeskan insulin. Main point ya, ialah insulin hormon. Lepas tu insulin dalam hati, insulin menukar kandungan gula yang berlebihan ke bentuk glycogen. Jadi cukup untuk dapat 3 markah di sini. Okey, ini pun soalan yang sangat popular bagi exam. Saya harap ini dapat membantu kamu dari segi menjawab. So dia punya skill lah, kena cuba tulis dalam susunan yang betul. Must be 1 point by 1 point. Okay, let's say for those who prefer the English version answer, is the same thing. So first you mentioned is that after breakfast, the blood sugar level increase. Second point, high blood glucose level will stimulate the pancreas to secrete insulin. Second point for insulin. And then the last point is in the liver, insulin converts excess glucose. Keyword is excess glucose into glycogen. And the extra point is glycogen is then stored in the liver. So altogether here about 4 points. But for you, this structure, any 3 points will do. Okay? Okay, anything can link from here to possible other soalan kebat. Okay, katakan. Tak kira dia bagi dia punya contoh selepas sarapan pagi ataupun selepas makan malam ataupun selepas makan tengah hari, asalkan dia makan karbo di mana kandungan gula pun akan meningkat. Okay, katakan kamu hanya minum 1 cawan teh tarik, dia pun ada sugar, dia pun manis kan. Jadi tak kira makan ke minum yang adanya karbo punya, kandungan gula pun akan meningkat. Kalau dia tinggi, di mana aras gula yang tinggi dapat merangsang pankreas menghasilkan insulin. Lepas tu insulin sebenarnya akan diangkut oleh darah daripada pankreas sampai ke bahagian hati. Bagaimana boleh mengangkut insulin daripada pankreas sampai ke hati? Jawapannya ialah darah. Semua hormon pun diangkut oleh darah. Okey. Lepas tu dalam hati, insulin dia boleh menukarkan kandungan gula yang berlebihan. Apa maksudnya yang berlebihan? Katakan, bagi manusia, aras gula yang normal ialah 90 mg. Contoh, 90 mg in every 100 ml blood. Ini yang normal punya. Inilah aras gula yang normal. Lepas makan, mungkin kandungan gula dia meningkat sampai ke 120 mg dalam setiap 100 ml darah. Okey, jadi yang berlebihan, pengiraan sini 120 you tolak 90, yang berlebihan ialah 30 mg dalam setiap 100 ml darah. Jadi hanya ini saja gula ini yang ditukar ke bentuk glycogen. Lepas tu, lepas 30 ini mg ditukar ke bentuk glycogen. Lepas itu, dia akan turun ke aras yang normal iaitu 90 mg. So, it will back to normal. Itu saja. Jadi, ini dinamakan ialah kandungan gula yang berlebihan. Di mana insulin, dia hanya tukar gula yang berlebihan saja ke bentuk glycogen. Okey ya. Okey, katakan kalau makan terlalu banyak, sebenarnya insulin dia ada 3 fungsi. Let's say if exam ask you more about insulin, chapter hormone about insulin, tentang insulin, dia jumlah ada 3 fungsi. Yang pertama, dia boleh menukarkan gula yang berlebihan, katakan 30 mg ni, gula yang berlebihan ke bentuk glycogen. Yang pertama. Yang kedua, jika makan terlalu banyak, katakan sini meningkat ke 160 mg. Kandungan gula sangat-sangat tinggi. Kalau makan terlalu banyak karbo, katakan makan terlalu banyak nasi, okey, karbo, okey, di mana insulin pun boleh menukarkan gula yang berlebihan ke bentuk lemak. Yes. After we eat a lot of carbo, some excess carbo, yes, is converted into glycogen. But some also will be converted into the fat form. Kenapa begini? Sebab liver kita, hati kita, bukannya sangat besar. Okay, got limited space one. So, glycogen masuk sini, sampai dia sudah penuh, banyak glycogen disimpan kat dalam, akhirnya dia sudah penuh, already full house. Kalau sudah penuh, dinamakan liver. Okay, liver is saturated. When the liver is saturated, tepu, is saturated with glycogen. Maksudnya sudah penuh, already full house. So once already full house here, di mana glycogen tak boleh masuk lagi, tak boleh disimpan sini lagi sebab sudah pun penuh, di mana gula yang berlebihan ini akan ditukar ke bentuk lemak. Of course, we store in adipose tissue under our skin. Okay, Okay, about the insulin thing, this is number 2. So first point is insulin fungsi dia boleh menukarkan gula yang berlebihan ke bentuk glycogen. Yang pertama. Yang kedua, dia pun boleh menukarkan gula yang berlebihan ke dalam bentuk lemak. Yang kedua. Yang nombor 3, sebenarnya insulin can increase our metabolism. So normally after meal, you feel that, oh, your body is like more energy, is more energetic, filled with energy. Why? Because insulin can increase our metabolism. Okay, So insulin, okay, one more time here, there are 3 functions here. One is to convert excess glucose into glycogen stored in the liver or maybe in the muscle. This is number 1. Number 2, insulin also can convert excess glucose into the fat form. But this one only happen when the liver is saturated, full house, is saturated with glycogen. Means if you eat moderate, you won't form any fat. But when you eat a lot, they only will form a lot of fat. Okay, means carbo will become the fat. And the last one is insulin. Good thing is to increase our metabolism. Okay. Okay, soalan nombor 2, we move on to the next one. Okay, soalan nombor 2 ialah, okay, seorang wanita hamil mendapati air kencingnya mengandungi gula. Air kencing adanya gula, iaitu kencing manis. Apabila diuji dengan larutan Benedict. Jadi nyatakan masalah kesihatan yang dihadapi oleh wanita hamil ni. Okey, di mana kalau seorang perempuan dia punya air kencing, tak kira lelaki ataupun perempuan, asalkan dia punya air kencing adanya gula. Maksudnya ialah kencing manis. But for bio term, you cannot say, masalah kesihatan kencing manis. For bio, we got one specific term for kencing manis for diabetes is called diabetes mellitus. This is spelling. Normal is put yes, just diabetes saja kan. Itulah kencing manis. Untuk bio term is called diabetes mellitus. Ini full answer. Is diabetes mellitus, maksudnya lah air kencing. Can we put air kencing for bio? Tidak digalakkan. Sebab ini adalah bio merupakan subject science. We need to use the keyword called diabetes mellitus to answer this one. So, state the health problem that faced by the pregnant woman. Answer here is diabetes mellitus. Okay, ya. How about like this? If my answer is only the word diabetes sahaja, only diabetes, without the word mellitus, jawapan salah. Yes, in general, kencing manis dinamakan diabetes mellitus. Tapi dalam silibus kita ada dua jenis diabetes. Okay, let's say if you refer to your Form 5 syllabus, Chapter 3, tingkatan 5, bab 3. Okay, when you study about the hormone and also the effect here, beside diabetes mellitus, there's one more type of diabetes. It's called diabetes insipidus. Diabetes got one more type, it's called insipidus. Ini pula bukannya kencing manis. Tak sama. Ini insipidus, ini mellitus. Dua-dua pun diabetes. Depan dia sama. Tapi yang belakang, yang mellitus ini merupakan air kencing. Maksudnya, kencing manis. Ini bukan kencing manis. The normal diabetes is here. Kencing manis. For diabetes mellitus. Insipidus ini dia lain. Ini disebabkan oleh kekurangan hormon ADH. Kalau bagi diabetes mellitus ialah kekurangan insulin. Kekurangan hormon insulin bagi diabetes mellitus. Tapi bagi diabetes insipidus ialah kekurangan hormon ADH. Dia kurang hormon ADH di mana akan menyebabkan banyak air kencing dihasilkan. We produce urine very frequent and a lot. For example, you drink 1 liter water. You have diabetes insipidus, you will produce 1 liter urine also. You drink 1 liter water. You minum air 1 liter. Menghasilkan 1 liter juga air kencing. Maksudnya, air tidak diserap. Whatever you drink, just come out like that only. So, it's diabetes insipidus. So, untuk soalan ini, tentang air kencing, adanya gula, kamu kena beritahulah jawapan penuh, diabetes mellitus. Baru adanya 1 markah. Kalau hanya diabetes, boleh tak? Ada tak separuh markah? Okay. Very sorry say that SPM tak ada separuhnya. Either yes or no, 0 or 1. So must be full answer diabetes mellitus, baru adanya markah penuh, iaitu 1 markah. Boleh faham? Okey. Lepas tu untuk yang nombor 2, okey. Cadangkan satu cara bagaimana untuk mengatasi masalah kesihatan ini. Okey, kalau untuk kencing manis senang saja, ialah kurangkan ambil gula. Okay, kurangkan pengambilan gula. Reduce the intake of carbo or reduce the intake of sugar. So, this is the answer. Any other way or not? Of course, yes. You can say, do more exercise. Do regular exercise. Because when you do exercise, you can burn the sugar. So, the high sugar, of course, will become lower. So, can actually help one. So, exercise boleh. Reduce sugar intake. Or reduce carbo intake also can. Okay, for those got very serious case insulin, very serious case diabetes, they need to inject insulin, injection. Kena suntik insulin punya. Okay, so basically how to overcome, make it simple is answer 1 point, reduce intake of sugar or reduce intake of carbo. That's it. Okay, so I repeat here. Based on your soalan, yang pertama ialah kencing manis kan? Kalau boleh, jangan jawab kencing manis, terlalu common, is biology subject. So, jawapan ialah diabetes mellitus. Okay. Lepas tu, bagaimana boleh mengatasi masalah ini? Kurangkan pengambilan gula. Okay, Okay, now we go to number 3, Okay, soalan nombor 3. Okay, adanya diagram 2.2. Okay, ada 3 jenis sendi X. Bahagian tengkorak, Y, lutut, dan Z ialah bahagian bawah shoulder. So, okay. Explain one similarity, terangkan satu persamaan dan dua perbezaan bagi setiap sendi. Okey. Untuk perkataan sendi, ialah di mana ada dua tulang bertemu. Okey, perkataan sendi maksudnya you want to explain the joint. For every single joint, at least got two bones that come together and meet here. This is called the joint. So, untuk semua sendi pun sama, persamaan ialah ada dua tulang bertemu dinamakan sendi. Okey, katakan, okey, sini satu tulang, ini pun satu tulang. Jadi, ini dua tulang bertemu, sini ialah sendi. Okey ya. Lepas tu, ini pun sama. Tulang dengan tulang, tempat bertemu dinamakan sendi juga. Okey, for your elbow, bone and bone they meet here. So, this one is also the joint, sendi. Okey ya. Jadi semua sendi pun sama, ada dua tulang bertemu, itu dinamakan sendi. Yang pertama, dari segi perbezaan untuk X, you look at the diagram, itu X ialah bahagian tengkorak. This is actually called cranium. Cranium, ini cranium. Okay, cranium and cranium, they meet together and they join together by what? Join by immovable joint. Sini sangat keras. Untuk bagian kita punya cranium, inilah tengkorakan. Semua inilah tengkorak. Lepas tu, sini merupakan tulang muka. Tulang muka, dia pun tak boleh gerak, tapi sini boleh gerak. Untuk yang kita atas ini, this is called the cranium. Tulang cranium ini juga ada 8 keping. 8 pieces of the cranial bones here, and they are joined together by immovable joint. Ialah sendi tak bergerak. Maksudnya untuk X, dia tak boleh gerak. It's not flexible. Cannot move at all. Here is very, very hard. The main purpose here is immovable. So, immovable is to protect the brain inside. So, basically, ini tak boleh gerak. Bagi X, yang tengkorak punya, jawablah sendi tak bergerak. Dia tak boleh gerak. Okey ya. Lepas tu bagi Y pula. Tengok diagram, sendi Y ialah di bahagian lutut. Lutut boleh gerak. Lutut boleh gerak, but only is 180 degree. Lutut only can move 180 degree only. Okay? 180 degree only. This is called hinge joint. Okay, this is called hinge joint. It's movable joint, but the name is called hinge joint. Macam pintu, hinge joint. Can only move maximum is 180 degree. Daripada sini, habis 180 degree. Itu saja. Dia tak boleh boosting punya. Boleh faham? Katakan, ini Y, lutut, sendi lutut, dia lebih kurang sama dengan sendi siku kita. Like the elbow joint here. So, for our elbow joint here, we can only move maximum is just 180 degree. Maximum. Just 180 degree. Itu saja. We cannot rotate our elbow joint here. Tak boleh boosting punya. So, maximum is only 180 degree. Okay, bagi sendi Z. Okay, look at the diagram. Sendi Z pula. This is actually ball and socket joint. Because our shoulder here, this is called the scapula. Tulang ini ialah scapula. Okay, scapula begini scapula begini. Lepas tu inilah humerus. Humerus ini kepala begini. Dia ini dua bertemu begini. Join this way. And then the humerus can rotate. Dia boleh boosting punya. Disebabkan dia boleh boosting macam okay, bola, ball, socket. Ball and socket joint. Okay, ball and socket joint. And you can rotate. Your shoulder can rotate 360 degree. So, untuk yang X punya, dia langsung tak boleh gerak. It's immovable joint. Sendi tak bergerak. Boleh faham? Dia tak boleh gerak. Untuk yang X, tengkorak sini cranium, dia tak boleh gerak bagi yang X. Bagi yang Y dan Z, dua-dua pun boleh gerak. Sendi bergerak. Sendi gerak. XY, sendi tu boleh gerak. Movable joint. But untuk yang X, immovable joint. Untuk yang Y dan X, beza mereka, Y boleh gerak. Tapi, begini saja, only 180 degree. That's it, maximum. Cannot rotate. But for the Z, you can rotate. 360 degree. So, for Y, only can move is just 180 degree. For Z, is can move, can rotate 360 degree. Kalau bagi BM, ball and socket joint, ball and socket joint for the shoulder is called sendi lesung. Sendi lesung. Ball and socket joint is called sendi lesung. Can rotate 360 degree. Then for the Y, let's say the knee joint and the elbow joint, okay, this one is called hinge joint in English. Kalau bagi BM, dinamakan sendi angsel. Orang can move 180 degree only. Okay. Jadi untuk, sekali lagi ya, nak terangkan persamaan mereka, semua pun ialah sendi. Di mana dua tulang bertemu. That's the same point. Okay. Sendi is where two bones meet each other. So that point is called joint, sendi. Yang pertama, perbezaan ialah, okay, untuk X tak boleh gerak. Okay. Sendi tak bergerak. Y dan Z boleh gerak, sendi boleh gerak, movable joint. Tapi untuk sendi Y, dinamakan ialah sendi angsel, hinge joint. Can only move 180 degree. Beside your knee, your elbow is the same knee. Only can move 180 degree. For your Z diagram, is actually the shoulder here. You can see the scapula, segitiga punya belakang sini ya. Ini namanya tulang scapula. Scapula, and this is the humerus. So like ball and socket joint. Ball and socket joint that you can rotate 360 degree. Kalau bagi BM, ini dinamakan ialah sendi lesung. Okay ya. Okay. I hope this one can help you to understand better about the joint. So next one, we go to soalan nombor 4. Okay, ini kena rujuk pada diagram dulu. Before and after. Okay, tengok info dulu. Okay, Raja 2.3 yang sebelum punya menunjukkan lutut. Okay, lutut injek Sam yang mengalami osteoarthritis. Okay, osteoarthritis maksudnya dia kekurangan rawan. Lack of cartilage at the end of the bone, not enough cartilage. Once not enough cartilage, what happen is when you move the joint, imagine at the end of each bone, okay, di hujung setiap satu tulang, dia pun ada rawan. Here got cartilage to protect the bone here, the end here. So when these two come together, for the normal case, sini adanya rawan. Sini pun adanya rawan. Okay, the soft bone here, the cartilage. So when you move your joint, only the cartilage they rub. Kamu tak akan rasa sakit. But when come to osteoarthritis, maksudnya rawan dia semakin nipis, because the cartilage is like wear and tear. Dia akan jadi semakin nipis sampai satu hari di mana tulang dengan tulang dia boleh geser. No more cartilage protect you. So at the end of the bone here, there's no cartilage. You can look at the diagram. If no cartilage, dia akan geser. Kalau geser, adanya sakit kan? Ini berlaku di sendi, ialah sakit sendi. Actually, arthritis ialah sakit sendi. Boleh faham? And untuk arthritis, maksudnya sakit sendi, is actually joint pain. Dan untuk sakit sendi, dia ada dua jenis. Yang pertama, ialah osteoarthritis. Yang adanya dalam soalan. Osteoarthritis ialah kekurangan rawan. Not enough cartilage to protect the end of the bone. So when you move at the joint here, when there's no cartilage, geseran akan berlaku. So when bone and bone they rub against each other, you can feel the pain one. So this is called joint pain. Okay, and there's one more type of arthritis, it's called rheumatoid. Rheumatoid is another one. Ini tak ada dalam soalan. Rheumatoid ialah bahagian sendi jadi bengkak. Sendi itu jadi bengkak. Bengkak itu ialah rheumatoid. Kenapa sendi itu boleh bengkak? Disebabkan pelebihan. Adanya terlalu banyak synovial fluid ke dalam, jadi dia bengkak. Fluid terlalu banyak, dia bengkak. Boleh faham? Itu yang rheumatoid. Tapi untuk soalan ini, okay, come back to here, we talk about osteoarthritis for this one. This diagram is about osteoarthritis. Okay, di mana, okay, bakal doktor ini dia menggantikan sendi yang rosak dengan sendi palsu. Diperbuat daripada plastik atau besi. Seperti dalam Raja 2.4. Okey. Like this. Yang untuk 2.3, yang sebelum ada masalah osteoarthritis. Kamu boleh tengok pada diagram, dia punya sendi pun tak cantik. Tulang sana tak cantik ya. Lepas tu, yang 2.4 lepas surgery. Inilah surgery ya. Lepas surgery, jadi dia smooth punya, cantik. Sebab dia guna sendi palsu untuk ganti. Okay ya. So of course after surgery, you can move as normal, then no more joint pain already. Okay. So tengok soalan dulu ya. Yang pertama, kamu kena terangkan, okay, explain the causes of osteoarthritis. Terangkan punca-punca osteoarthritis due to wear and tear. Because we use our joint every day. So the more we move the joint, the more we rub the cartilage. Okay, let's say for old people, let's say example for old people, the most common osteoarthritis is where? Ialah lutut. Inilah bahagian lutut. Okay, lutut lah. Di mana kita jalan kaki banyak. Jadi banyak gesek itu rawan. Jadi semakin kita guna banyak itu rawan, gerak banyak sangat, di mana semakin nipis kan. Jadi ialah jawapan disebabkan is daily activity. Is in and out. Day in, day out. Let's say we use the joint a lot. We rub a lot the joint, the cartilage. So it become thinner and thinner to wear and tear. Okay ya. Okay. Bagaimana boleh mengatasi masalah ini? Okay. Osteoarthritis, ramai orang di Malaysia pun adanya masalah ini. Okay. Some they will go to take the supplement called glucosamine. Okay, can get from pharmacy, glucosamine. Okay, di mana okay, itu rawan merupakan protein sebenarnya. Itu rawan ialah protein. Disebabkan kita kekurangan protein untuk membentuk rawan itu kembali yang kita sudah pakai punya, disebabkan begitu dia jadi semakin nipis. Maksudnya untuk setiap orang yang masih muda, rawan itu cantik. Okay, the cartilage is very good one. It's very thick, can protect your movement very well. Okay, no rubbing between the bones. But when it comes to aging, due to aging plus the activity, so actually cause osteoarthritis slowly develop. Because they rub too much, not enough due to wear and tear basically. So cara mengatasi inilah boleh melalui surgery. Surgery is one of the method for this case. So when no more cartilage, it's very hard to form back, especially for old people. Because for old people, due to they have lower metabolism plus aging, so when the cartilage become very thin, it's hard to form back by their own body. Even we can do it, but when it comes to aging, it will be very slow. When you still use a lot of the joint, compared that you can form, so at the end, neck is actually reduced. So when it comes to very serious case, like from the diagram here, 2.3, the best way here is actually surgery. So go through surgery, okay, then they will install for you the artificial joint, the cartilage actually, okay, so that when you move your joint, tak ada geseran lagi. So here, based on the diagram, method here is actually surgery, pembedahan. Okay ya. So I repeat here, osteoarthritis is actually the joint pain. Okay, joint pain that due to lack of the cartilage. Okay, lack of cartilage. So what you can do here is try to use less that joint, not move that frequent. It's due to wear and tear actually. But when it comes to aging, we cannot do anything. So for that case, worst come to worst is actually surgery, pembedahan. So replace with the artificial one. Okay ya, hope it can help you. Okay, lepas tu kita masuk ke next soalan, nombor 5. Soalan nombor 5. Okay, ini diagram 1.2. Okay, kena tengok, baca dulu soalan. Okay, tissue Y. Tissue Y, this is actually the smooth muscle. Based on the diagram, tissue Y ialah smooth muscle. Okay, otot licin. Okay, tissue Y ialah otot licin. Okay, lepas tu cell Z. Okay, cell Z. This is actually kelenjar gland gastric here. Okay, sel yang boleh merembeskan, katakan, okay, jus, gastric juice. Okay, daripada sini, diagram ditunjukkan ialah sel Y, so tissue Y ya. Tissue Y merupakan smooth muscle. Smooth muscle tissue. Kalau bagi BM ialah tissue, otot, licin. Untuk yang sel Z ini is the epithelial cell at the inner lining of the stomach. So ini Z ialah epithelial cell and can produce the gastric juice, can be the goblet cell. So cell or cell Z is actually goblet cell. It's actually the specialized or the modified, okay, it's actually the modified epithelial cell. Goblet cell is actually modified epithelial cell. Yang boleh merembeskan, katakan mucus, ini ialah jus gastrik. Gastric juice here, they can secrete the gastric juice. So it's actually the modified epithelial cell. It's called the goblet cell here. So for the Y is the smooth muscle, otot licin. Okay, sini hanya sebahagian saja. Kena tengok bahagian bawah soalan dia sekarang. Apa yang dia nak tanya? Okay, sini masih tak nampak soalan dulu. Masih hanya sebahagian saja. Kena tengok bawah dia, apa yang dia tak tanya, baru kita boleh jawab. Okey, maksudnya ini merupakan ialah soalan struktur. Okey, soalan struktur. Yang pertama, kamu kena namakan satu jenis enzim yang dirembeskan oleh Z. Z tadi ialah di bahagian perut. Kalau di bahagian perut, dia boleh merembeskan jawapan ialah gastric juice. Kalau gastric juice means in the stomach there are only two possible enzymes here. There only one only. So answer can put pepsin. Answer can be pepsin. Kalau pepsin terus dapat satu markah, lebih senang. Selain pepsin, ada tak jawapan yang kedua, pilihan kedua selain pepsin? Pilihan kedua, enzim yang boleh dirembeskan dalam perut, jawapan ialah renin. So ada dua jawapan, pepsin dan renin. Ada dua enzim boleh dirembeskan oleh perut kita. Yang pertama ialah pepsin, yang kedua ialah renin. But here I suggest you to put pepsin, lebih senang. Okey, ini dia pepsin. Dan untuk exam, ejaan mesti kena betul ialah pepsin. Bagi nombor 1, jawapan ialah pepsin. Kalau ejaan salah, contoh, kamu hanya kurang satu N saja. Jawapan ini sudah pun salah. Akan jadi Pepsi. Tak boleh ya. Jawapan kena betul, ejaan kena betul ialah pepsin. So answer is pepsin. Lepas tu bagi nombor 2. Okey, nombor 2 pula. Okey, diberitahu sel Z ini also able to produce hydrochloric acid. Explain the importance of hydrochloric acid in digesting process. Okey. Tentang hydrochloric acid, apakah fungsi dia? Jawapan ialah to provide optimum pH. To provide optimum pH for pepsin enzyme. Keyword ialah optimum pH. Okay, what's the optimum pH that provided by the hydrochloric acid? Lebih kurang is about pH 1.5 to 2.0. Okay, hydrochloric acid boleh menyediakan, memberikan keadaan yang asid. Kerana berasid ini merupakan pH optimum bagi enzim pepsin. So for the pepsin enzyme, they prefer is the acidic medium. So when you can provide the optimum medium for the pepsin, so pepsin can perform its function at the maximum rate. Maximum rate. Pepsin activity. Okay, so come back to here sekali lagi ya. Untuk yang bahagian pertama, okay, namakan satu jenis enzim yang dirempeskan oleh sel Z. So, sel Z ialah di bahagian perut. Dapat ada dua pilihan. Satu ialah pepsin. Yang kedua, pilihan ialah renin. Boleh pilih satu, but I personally, I prefer pepsin. It's easier to memorize. Okay, how to memorize ini dua enzim dalam perut. Pepsin start dengan P. Renin start dengan A kan. Jadi ialah perut. So, pepsin and renin here. So, one enough already ya. Okay, lepas tu yang kedua dia tanya, okay, di mana gastric juice juga mengandungi hydrochloric acid. Terangkan kepentingan asid hydrochloric dalam proses pencernaan. Jadi, untuk asid ini, adakah asid ini terlibat dalam pencernaan? Jawapan ialah tidak. Dia hanya menyediakan keadaan berasid, means the optimum pH bagi pepsin. Jadi pepsin boleh mencernakan protein kepada polipeptida. So sini ada 3 markah. Okey, begini. Yang pertama kena beritahu hydrochloric acid dia menyediakan keadaan berasid ataupun ialah optimum pH bagi tindakan pepsin. Lepas tu pepsin ialah untuk mencernakan protein kepada polipeptida. Itu saja. Jadi main point ialah provide the optimum pH. So let's say for English version is okay, hydrochloric acid provide acidic medium, or you can say is optimum pH value which is about 1.5 to 2.0 for the pepsin activity. So with the optimum pH, pepsin can actually digest protein into polypeptide. Okay, so yeah. For the next one, okay, C pula. Okay, tengok diagram dulu. Okay, dia tunjukkan pergerakan bolus makanan dalam esophagus. Bayangkan, semasa kamu swallow makanan, dia akan gerak begini. Like peristalsis punya. Okay, jelaskan fungsi tisu Y. Jadi tisu Y ialah otot licin. Okay, otot licin dalam membantu pergerakan makanan bergerak turun dari esophagus ke perut. Okey. Untuk otot licin, dia sama dengan cacing tanah. Okey. Kamu boleh bayangkan untuk soalan ini, dia lebih kurang sama dengan cacing tanah. Cacing tanah, dia adanya pergerakan yang seperti peristalsis juga. Tapi untuk fizikal pergerakan, ini kat dalam kan. Okey, untuk pergerakan ini yang seperti peristalsis, dia melibatkan dua otot. Satu ialah otot, one is actually called vertical, longitudinal muscle. One is called circular muscle. Okay, bagi gini ya. Dia adanya dua jenis otot kat sini. One is called longitudinal muscle. One is called circular muscle. You can name these two muscle is already 1 point. This is actually one pair of antagonistic muscle along the esophagus. Antagonistic muscle. Okay, what is antagonistic muscle here? Means refer to a pair of muscle. Bagi sepasang otot, for a pair of muscle in which when one muscle contract, apabila satu otot itu mengecut, lagi satu mesti mengendur. One contract and one relax. Okay, for this one, you boleh beritahu nama otot. One is called longitudinal muscle. One is called the circular muscle, is already 1 point. Then you have to mention when one muscle contract, another muscle relax, you explain about the antagonistic concept here is another 1 point. Then at the end, this produces peristalsis. Means pergerakan peristalsis yang menggerakkan makanan itu ke dalam perut. Jadi sekali lagi ya, okay, sini ada 3 markah jumlahnya. Yang pertama kena beritahu nama otot yang terlibat. Okay, here is the longitudinal muscle and the circular muscle. Yang pertama, Okay, otot melintang dan juga otot yang membuju. Okay, you can check from BM version. It's called circular muscle in English, and then the longitudinal muscle for the another muscle here. So these two are the antagonistic muscle. So when it comes to antagonistic muscle, otot antagonistic, when one muscle contract, another muscle must relax. This is another one point. Then when all this happen, the alternative movement of these two muscles can produce a peristalsis movement. Jadi satu ialah nama otot. Yang kedua, terangkan konsep antagonistik. Nombor tiga, result is the peristaltic movement that move the bolus from esophagus all the way push to the stomach. So 3 poin jumlahnya. Nama otot, terangkan antagonistik, dan akhirnya ialah bergerakan peristalsis. Okey ya. Okey, lepas tu kena tengok soalan yang seterusnya. Ini C ya. Okey, sebenarnya bergerakan peristalsis bukan hanya di bahagian kita punya esophagus, di dalam perut kita pun adanya bergerakan peristalsis. Okey, di bahagian sepanjang ileum pun adanya peristalsis. Di sepanjang kolon dia pun adanya peristalsis, sebab semua kat dalam ini pun merupakan otot licin. Semasa otot licin mengecut dan mengendur, bergerakan dihasilkan dinamakan peristalsis. Dia macam gelombang. Like wave. So it's called peristalsis. Okay ya. So for our internal organ, ini semua pun ialah otot licin. Kalau yang bergerakan fizikal, jawapan melibatkan ialah otot rangka. Kalau untuk jantung, ialah otot jantung. Okay ya. Okay, now we move on to the next one. Okay, soalan nombor 7. Okay, kena tengok diagram dulu. Okay, adanya glukos, adanya glukosa, dia segi 6 punya. Ya, glukosa dia memang segi 6. Glukosa dia segi 6. Lepas tu yang fructosa dia memang segi 5. Fructose is pentagon. Lepas tu masukkan P. Jadi kalau glukos campur dengan fructose, jawapan ialah sucrose. Sucrosa. For English is called sucrose. For BM is sucrosa, English ialah sucrose. Sama. Lepas tu adanya I dihasilkan. Sebab ini merupakan proses condensation. BM ialah kondensasi. Okay, kondensasi. Yang atas ini proses X. Proses Y pula ialah hydrolysis. BM hydrolysis. Okey, tengok soalan dulu. Okey, yang pertama, kamu kena namakan molekul P. Jadi molekul P jawapan ialah sucrosa. Okey, sucrosa iaitu ialah sucrose in English. Proses X. Kalau glucose campur dengan fructose, when two monosaccharides, dua molekul monosaccharida gabung membentuk satu disaccharida, ini dinamakan proses kondensasi. Jadi untuk proses X ialah kondensasi, di mana kondensasi is from small size molecule to the big size one. So also can produce water. So the water form is condensation for process X. Then for process Y, this actually terbalik. Kalau terbalik ialah pencernaan, itulah hydrolysis. Actually hydrolysis ialah proses pencernaan. Okay ya. Untuk Y is called hydrolysis. So untuk jawapan ini, kalau Y kamu tulis pencernaan, boleh ataupun tak boleh. Untuk soalan ini tak boleh. Pencernaan adalah salah. Sebab ini merupakan daripada bab 4. Kalau bab 4, jawapan ialah hydrolysis. Okay ya. So I repeat the answer here. Untuk yang molekul P, jawapan ialah sucrosa, sucrose for English. Process X is condensation, kondensasi. Proses Y terbalik ialah hydrolysis. Okay ya. We can move on to the next one. Next page. Okey, soalan ini adalah sangat bagus disebabkan dia tunjuk semua dengan sangat proper. Glukosa dia segi 6. Lepas tu fruktosa dia segi 5, ikut the exact one. Okey, Okey, soalan nombor 8. Okay, from this student asked about, can you explain about human digestive system? Okay, yes, and this is a very long story here, so I will break down one by one for you. Okay, human digestive system. Okay, we start from the mouth first, from our saliva. Okay, from our saliva, we got the enzyme is called salivary amylase. Okay, salivary amylase here. So we start from here. This is the first point. Salivary amylase, the function is to digest starch into maltose. Okay, maybe I explain today is this way. Starch is number 1. We complete all about the starch first, then we come to protein, the second one. So for in the mouth here, we got the salivary amylase that we can digest starch, kanji, into the maltose here. It's actually the disaccharide. Okay. Besides salivary amylase, when come to the duodenum, duodenum means our small intestine, we got the same enzyme called amylase. But this enzyme amylase here is called a pancreatic amylase. We got another amylase for another amylase. Besides salivary, one more is called pancreatic. So in our body, we got 2 amylase. One is from our saliva. It's called salivary amylase. Yes, function is to digest starch into maltose. To be more specific, here should add water because it's hydrolysis. Okay, digestion is actually hydrolysis. But when come to the, how about stomach here? We skip this one. Okay, because for starch in the stomach, nothing happened. No starch digestion in the stomach at all. So this one we skip first for now. We talk about starch first, number 1. And then when come to the duodenum, the pancreas can secrete pancreatic juice that contains also the pancreatic amylase to further, not say further, just want to complete the starch digestion into maltose. Okay, why we need 2 amylase to do the same thing in the body? Answer is, normally when you eat, the food stay in your mouth for how many seconds only, then you swallow. So maybe only just 5 seconds, you swallow. Imagine if only 5 seconds or less than 5 seconds, is it enough time for our salivary amylase to digest all the starch 100% become maltose? Answer, of course, no. So from here, when come to the duodenum, this is the second checkpoint here. We have to make sure that all the starch turn to the maltose first, because when come to the ileum, we have to make sure that all the starch already become the maltose, because in the ileum can only digest maltose. Maltosa means it's maltosa, sorry, it's maltose, English, maltose here, this one for BM, maltosa. Okay, maltose all the way into glucose. What is ileum? Our small intestine. Okay, so we start from the starch again. Okay, number 1, we have the salivary amylase that can digest actually the starch into maltose. Okay, again, saliva, we have the salivary amylase, then we can digest starch into maltose. And then not all the starch can be digested into maltose inside here, because we swallow the food, maybe it's like too fast already. So some starch still remain in starch form, then all the way enter the stomach. Okay, you might think like this. We also swallow the rice, let's say starch, and the saliva, the salivary amylase, enter together into the stomach. When come to the stomach, why not just continue digest the starch into maltose? It's very simple. Answer is we cannot do that. Why we cannot do that? Okay, you must understand for our salivary amylase, the optimum pH value is about 7, means it's neutral. When come to the stomach here, due to the hydrochloric acid, this pH value is about 2, means it's acidic. So do you think can our salivary amylase once enter the stomach, can this salivary amylase continue to digest starch in acidic medium in the stomach? Answer is cannot. So when come to the stomach about carbo digestion, nothing happen. Stomach cannot digest carbo at all. Even your saliva go in, starch go in together due to the different pH value. So your stomach cannot digest carbo. Basically your stomach digest is the protein. Understand? Okay. So when all the way after the stomach, you come to the duodenum. Duodenum will link to the pancreas. Your pancreas organ can secrete pancreatic juice all the way into the duodenum. So in the duodenum, you got the pancreatic amylase. Pancreatic amylase. Yes, we got 2 amylase here. So the pancreatic amylase is a checkpoint for you to make sure that all the starch become the maltose first before they enter the ileum. So when come to the ileum, all become maltose already. I don't need enter the ileum. So in the ileum, we have one enzyme is called maltase. Maltase enzyme, ASE is enzyme. They can digest maltose into glucose. So once become the glucose, that's the end of carbo digestion. So done here. This number 1. Okay. So for the carbo, I hope you can understand. So I repeat one round before proceed to the protein. So starch is first digested by salivary amylase, is under neutral condition, pH 7. All the way second part is in the duodenum by the pancreatic amylase, but here is the alkaline medium. Then all the way come to the maltase is also alkaline medium. We can digest maltose into glucose. This will happen inside the ileum, our small intestine, then followed by the glucose absorption. Okay, so let's proceed to number 2. It's about protein now. So for protein, can our salivary amylase digest protein? Answer is no. So for the protein digestion, we start from the stomach here, because we got the enzyme is called pepsin. So this one, pepsin, is the first one to digest protein into the form is called polypeptides. So from protein become polypeptides by pepsin. This whole thing occurs in the stomach. Then the polypeptide will move to the duodenum. Duodenum. Okay, then inside your duodenum, there is an enzyme is called trypsin. Trypsin enzyme, they can further digest polypeptides into peptides. Okay, in the duodenum, and eventually peptides will enter ileum. Come to the ileum, our small intestine ileum, and in our ileum there's one enzyme is called epsin. Epsin, they can completely digest peptides into amino acid. It's amino acid here. Okay, so I repeat first. So involve total 3 enzymes for protein digestion. The first one, okay, when you eat any protein, like you eat chicken, you eat, okay, any meat, so your saliva cannot digest protein at all. Yes, you can chew it, you can break down the meat physically into smaller pieces to increase the surface area, but this one is not digestion. It's not chemical digestion. It's only physical or the mechanical digestion. Once you swallow the meat, the protein, all the way come to the stomach, your stomach is the first place, the first site that can digest protein into polypeptide because of the pepsin enzyme. Number 1 is pepsin. Then for the polypeptides, then we move on into the duodenum. In the duodenum, there's another enzyme is called trypsin. Who produces the trypsin is your pancreas. Okay, so trypsin is number 2. They can digest polypeptides into peptides. Then this one called peptides will all the way come to your ileum. Ileum, the villus there, small intestine, ileum. Then in the ileum, you got another enzyme is called epipsin. They can digest peptide into amino acid. Of course, as you know, once become amino acid, your villus can absorb as your nutrient. Okay, yeah. So involve 3 enzymes altogether. And for this one about protein like this alone, out before in SPM essay, just explain about protein, 10 marks altogether. So you name the enzyme correct, one enzyme you will get 1 mark. Okay, one enzyme, it's pepsin. In the stomach, yes, there's a pepsin, 1 mark. Duodenum, trypsin, you get also 1 mark. Ileum, epipsin, you get also 1 mark. There's one more name for epipsin, is called peptidase. They are the same. Okay, can be epipsin or can be peptidase. Same thing, huh? Okay, so from here, already got 3 enzymes, 3 marks already. Then how about the rest? You mentioned in the stomach, pepsin digests protein, into polypeptide. The product is polypeptide. This answer is correct. You get another 1 mark. It means, let's say in the stomach, you answer pepsin, you name it pepsin, pepsin correct, you get here 1 mark. Then you get the product is the polypeptide, you get another 1 mark also. Okay, so the rest just continue on it. Okay, means for the enzyme, one enzyme, you will get 1 mark. So the spelling must be perfect spelling. If got any mistake, a little bit wrong, is wrong. Okay, okay. Next one, let's move on to lipid. Number 3 is lipid. Okay, so for lipid, which part start to digest lipid? Answer is the duodenum. It means lipid will pass through your mouth, all the way pass through your stomach and come to the duodenum or only start. In the duodenum, there's one very special thing is called bile salt. BM is called jus hempedu. This one is produced by the liver. Produced by the liver and stored in the gallbladder. Stored in the gallbladder for temporary. Once got oil, lipid, the fat, enter the duodenum, this bile salt will be secreted all the way from gallbladder, enter the duodenum. And the function is to emulsify. Emulsify lipid into lipid droplets. Of course, it's smaller droplets. Lipid into lipid droplets. Means this one is to break down the lipid, the oil, from bigger droplet into smaller droplets. This process is called emulsification. Emulsify. Keyword is emulsify. Can you say bile salt digest? Wrong. Digest? Salah. Cannot. Digest is wrong. Must say emulsify means is physical digestion here. Okay. Once become the lipid droplets, why want to digest the lipid bigger oil droplet into the smaller lipid droplets? Purpose is to increase the total surface area for lipase enzyme. In the same site, still in the duodenum. Okay, in duodenum, beside the bile salt here, there's one enzyme is called lipase. This lipase, of course, also come from the pancreas. From the pancreas, lipase can digest lipid into fatty acid and glycerol. So this is the N already for fatty acid and here glycerol here. Okay, like this. Okay, I repeat first for the lipid. So for your lipid is very special case. Your saliva cannot digest lipid. Okay, the only place start to digest lipid, answer is the duodenum. So in the duodenum, we got the first one is called the bile salt. They can emulsify fat or lipid into smaller droplets. Purpose to increase the surface area for the lipase activity or lipase digestion here. Then your lipase can digest lipid into fatty acid and glycerol in the duodenum. When come to the last one, ileum, ileum also got the lipase, can continue the process, means repeat the same thing to make sure that all the lipid become fatty acid and glycerol. They only can be absorbed by our small intestine. Okay, so the overall about the human digestive system, they can ask about three things here. Number one, explain about the carbo digestion, start from starch. Number two, explain the protein digestion, start from the stomach. Number three, lipid digestion, start from the duodenum. Okay, for exam normally about this chapter, they will ask you maybe just one, just explain protein, then just protein. And sometimes now based on the SPM exam format, they won't ask you very direct. So just say, okay, please explain protein digestion. No. They will say something like this, after eating steamed fish, explain the digestion. So when you hear the word, oh, steamed fish, fish is protein. So explain all about protein only. Understand? Steam is water, so no oil. If you say, after eating fried fish, goreng, then lipid and protein explain together. Understand? Let's say after eating rice, means explain the carbohydrate only. If after eating chicken rice, then you explain all. Protein, carbo, and lipid. Okay, so this one's for essay format. Okay, we move on to the next one. Okay, soalan nombor 9. Teacher, please explain about the mechanism of photosynthesis. Okay, for photosynthesis mechanism, okay, you must know the very basic photosynthesis equation. Number 1. And about the mechanism, of course, involve 2 steps. Dua langkah. Step 1 is called light reaction. In BM, it's called tindak balas cahaya, light reaction. Number 2 is called the dark reaction. Okay, this one I will explain to you the intro first, and then only we go to the detail step by step. This one can go to 10 marks essay. Okay, about light and dark reaction can go to essay and also can be structured. Let's say I explain to you is the essay format, so they can get the overall picture better. So I intro to you first. So for photosynthesis, number 1, you must understand the basic overall chemical equation. I show you here. Carbon dioxide react with water, form glucose and oxygen. Okay, in case come out in structure, as you write the overall photosynthesis equation, you need to balance the whole equation. Let's say 6, 6, 6. And then here, for the condition, keadaan, they need sunlight and chlorophyll. Must be is chlorophyll. How about if you put chloroplast? Wrong, it's chlorophyll. Because can absorb sunlight, actually is chlorophyll. Okay, so this is the overall equation, number 1. Then number 2, okay, want to form, the main purpose of this process is to form sugar, to make their own food, membina makanan sendiri. So want to form sugar, basically they need 3 basic elements. They need the C, they need the carbon, they need the H, hydrogen, they need the O. So that CHO combined can form C6, H12, and O6 here, means it's the glucose. So from where plant can get CHO to form sugar here? Answer is plant can get C and O from where? CO2. Then how about the H? CO2 got no H, tak ada H. So the H plant can get from hydrogen. So now got C, got H, got the O here. So all these things combined can actually form the sugar. The main product is actually sugar. For photosynthesis is sugar. Means this oxygen, they don't want. Then here got oxygen, right? This oxygen, they don't want. When they don't want, they will release the O from the water as oxygen gas. It means O2 that produced by plant through photosynthesis, ini O is not from the CO2. Not this O, is from the water. This oxygen. The only correct. Understand? Okay. So we come to the detailed answer now about photosynthesis mechanism. Okay, for step number 1 here is sunlight energy is absorbed by chlorophyll. Now talk about step 1. Step 1 is light reaction. First, you can give the intro. Light reaction occurs in grana. Grana, you get direct 1 point already. Why is grana? Because grana contain chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, you get another 1 point here. For chlorophyll, function is to absorb sunlight. Okay, so grana is the site of light reaction. For essay, you can score 1 mark for grana here. Why is grana? Because grana got chlorophyll to absorb sunlight, to trap sunlight. You get another 1 point here. Okay, if you don't understand what is actually grana, okay, like this. For the diagram, grana look like this, like a disc. Okay, this structure here is called grana. And with the dot dot dot, all this also the chlorophyll pigment. And then the membrane here, you should draw the double membrane because chloroplast organelle is double membrane. This one, whole thing here is chloroplast. The green color dot, that one is the chlorophyll. All this is the chlorophyll. So grana contain chlorophyll. Can absorb sunlight is the chlorophyll, not the whole chloroplast. Okay, let's say the space here is just called stroma. Here is the stroma. Stroma contain chlorophyll or not? No, they don't have any chlorophyll. So the stroma here can absorb sunlight or not? Answer is cannot. Let's say if got light pass through chloroplast, pass through the chlorophyll, sunlight is absorbed by chlorophyll here. If sunlight just pass through the stroma, nothing can absorb the sunlight. Sunlight just pass through only because stroma got no chlorophyll. So which site can perform light reaction? Answer is grana. Reason, got chlorophyll. Then how about the stroma? Stroma is site for the dark reaction. Here for dark reaction. This is actually step number 2, dark reaction. I repeat here, for photosynthesis, total involve only 2 steps. One is the light reaction, one is the dark reaction. Okay, so for the light reaction, we come back to the light reaction. Okay, light reaction occurs in grana. Grana contains chlorophyll. Chlorophyll absorb sunlight. Okay, next point. Then sunlight energy is used to split water molecule into hydrogen ion and hydroxyl ion. Okay, so like this. So the step 2 is water molecule is split by sunlight energy into hydrogen ion and hydroxyl ion. So here you get 1 point. Okay, then from here you can mention this process, this reaction is also known as photolysis. Photolysis of water. You get here another 1 point for the full name. Must be the full name. Okay, then what happened next? Hydrogen ion accept electron to become hydrogen atom. Okay, that means here accept the electron to become hydrogen atom, means no more charge. Here is positive charge, here got no more charge, 0. This is actually atom. Then this hydrogen atom will react with the carbon dioxide here. When these two react, now the name here is called the dark reaction. This is the second step. Because they get the water, the purpose is to get hydrogen from the water. Once got hydrogen here, combine with the carbon dioxide, got C, got H, got O, can form CHO, means can form sugar. That's the end product. That's the main product also. Okay, so I repeat one time here first. For photosynthesis mechanism, there are two steps. Step number 1 is called the light reaction, tindak balas cahaya. Step number 2 is called the dark reaction, tindak balas gelap. But both are actually photosynthesis. Even the second step is called gelap, it still happen during daytime, day and night. Okay, it's still photosynthesis. So number 1, light reaction occurs in grana. You get 1 point. Okay, grana contains chlorophyll. Chlorophyll absorb sunlight. Sunlight energy is used to split water molecule into hydrogen ion and hydroxyl ion. Yes, it's hydroxyl ion. It's not hydroxide. It's hydroxyl ion. It's OH negative. I believe for chemistry it's called hydroxide. But here water is called hydroxyl ion. Both also OH negative, but for this case, the name is called hydroxyl ion. Okay, and then this process or this reaction is also known as photolysis of water. Okay, then you mention hydrogen ion accept electron to become hydrogen atom. If you can explain slightly more, let's say you can explain this electron, who supply this electron to the hydrogen ion, okay, to become hydrogen atom. Answer is chlorophyll. You can mention this electron is supplied by the chlorophyll, you can get extra 1 point here. Okay, for example, you mentioned just now hydrogen ion, correct or not? Hydrogen ion accept electron from chlorophyll, 1 point. To become hydrogen atom, another 1 point. If you never mention chlorophyll, the full sentence will be hydrogen ion accept electron to become hydrogen atom. Also can, is 1 mark. If you mention the electron is from the chlorophyll, extra 1 point, you get extra 1 mark also. Understand? So you mention chlorophyll, can give you extra 1 point here. Okay. Then for the light reaction, still got one more part, is about the OH negative. What happened to the OH negative? We continue here. Okay, let's continue here. For this one called hydroxyl ion, is hydroxyl ion. I erase here first. For hydroxyl ion here, this one will donate electron. Donate electron. Donate electron to who? To chlorophyll. To become hydroxyl group. Now it's no more charge already. This one got negative. Now no more charge. This is called group, kumpulan. Just now is atom 1. Now got 2 is group. So this hydroxyl group then will react with each other to form oxygen. Okay, if you think this way, if hydroxyl group O and H combine, only form the O is not make sense here. Actually here can produce also water. Yes, you hear me right? Photosynthesis can produce water here. Is correct one. Okay, it's correct one. Can produce water here. Also can. Yes, here. Okay, so I repeat. hydroxyl ion donate electron or release electron to chlorophyll, you get 1 point. To become hydroxyl group is another 1 point. Hydroxyl groups combine to form oxygen and water, this another 1 point. So here 1, 2, 3 markah. So 1, 1, 1. Got 3 points altogether here. Okay, now we move on to the step 2, is the dark reaction. So for dark reaction now, tinda balas gelap, very simple, only got 2 steps. Just mention hydrogen atom, means from the light reaction, is used to reduce, I can say reduce or react. To reduce carbon dioxide, you get 1 point. To form glucose, second point. Finish, that's it. Dark reaction is very simple, only got 2 steps. Hydrogen atom react with the CO2, 1 point, to form sugar, that's it. And if you mention dark reaction occurs in stroma, here is another 1 point. Okay, yeah. So basically, about the photosynthesis mechanism, if you look at reference book or textbook, it's very long answer here. And this one can come up for the essay. So for essay, please explain both. If can, put in 2 paragraphs. Light reaction, 1 paragraph. Dark reaction, another paragraph. Okay, yeah. Hope it can help you. Okay, so soalan 10. Okay, for the next one here is please explain about mitosis and meiosis. Means it's your Form 4, Chapter 5 here. Okay, so I explain mitosis intro first and meiosis intro. Then only we go to the detail one by one. Okay, okay. For mitosis, you must understand our body cell, every single body cell, we can perform mitosis. Every single cell in the body, from top to bottom, we can perform mitosis. Why we need to perform mitosis? We can grow taller, taller, and taller is mitosis. Okay, let's say when you get a cut, injured, bleeding, okay, maybe one small part of the skin gone already. So it can actually repair, right? For cell, for cell repairing, also mitosis. Then for cell replacement is also mitosis. So basically, we need mitosis. We can grow taller and taller, everything is mitosis. Okay, and for meiosis, a very special case, meiosis only our sex organ can perform. Okay, so let's start now. Mitosis. Okay, mitosis for the concept is from one diploid cell. After mitosis, it will split to form 2 diploid cells. One cell become 2 cells, is still diploid, diploid. Let's say starting is skin cell. Ending, both also skin cell, will be the same thing. Starting got 46 chromosome for human, ending both also 46 chromosome. This one is for mitosis. Before, after will be the same one. So these 2 cells, we have the same number of chromosome and also same genetic as the parent cell. This is mitosis. And why we need to perform mitosis? Purpose, the importance of mitosis, answer is for growth. For cell replacement. For cell repairing. Okay, so these 3 are the main one. One extra point also can for regeneration, but not for human. For some animal like lizard, starfish, for asexual reproduction. So there are 5 altogether function of mitosis. So for growth, we can grow taller and taller, yes. For cell replacement, replace the old cell, dead cell. For cell repairing, damaged tissue. For regeneration, and also for asexual reproduction here. All this for mitosis. Okay, so this one is mitosis. Okay, before we move on to the detailed answer for mitosis, I also let you have some concept about meiosis first. I'll let you compare. Here is meiosis. Okay, for meiosis got two cell division, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. So let's say start from a diploid cell. After meiosis 1, it will split to form two haploid cells. Here is very special. Just now is diploid ending diploid. Same answer. But now is diploid become haploid. Let's say for human we got 46 chromosome. Come on, the new cell only got 23 chromosome for each one. So it's reduced into half. The word meio means reduce. Reduce number of chromosome into half. Okay, and then followed by meiosis 2. So meiosis 2 is something similar to mitosis, same as mitosis here. So starting 23, ending also 23 chromosome. Means before after is the same. So diploid, here diploid, here is haploid. So for meiosis 2 is haploid, is also haploid. And meiosis is a very special case. Meiosis only our sex organ can perform. Only sex organ can perform meiosis. Meiosis purpose is to form sperm for man and ovum for girl. So basically meiosis is to produce sex cell, means gamete. That's it. Meiosis. And meiosis got 2, 1 and 2. Mitosis, all this under mitosis function. So basically all this is mitosis function, and come out is diploid. So about the difference between mitosis and meiosis in terms of function. Mitosis is for growth, for cell replacement, for cell repairing, for regeneration, for asexual reproduction. Meiosis, one purpose, to form sex cell or gamete. Okay. Now we go through the detailed one. We start with mitosis. Okay, for mitosis, actually got 4 phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. So it's PMAT. Okay, yeah. We start with the prophase. For prophase diagram, we have to show number 1. Okay, should be a bit round one. You have to show the chromosome already condensed. Let's say now only draw 2 chromosome to save time. 2 chromosome. Let's assume that 2n equals to 2 chromosome. Okay. But sometimes in exam, they can put 2n equals to 4 chromosome, or maybe 6 chromosome, or maybe 8 chromosome. But now I assume that for my case here, diploid is actually 4 chromosome. Human should be 46. Okay, when you draw this one prophase diagram, you have to show the nuclear membrane with the dotted line. Like this. Then the chromosome condensed, and the nucleolus also with dotted line. Nucleolus. Then the centriole move to the opposite end of the cell and start to form spindle fiber. This is for prophase. Okay, and then for the metaphase. Metaphase here. So for the metaphase, let's say the 2 chromosome now already arranged, already lined up at the middle of the cell, means the cell equator. Okay, this is for metaphase. Then, okay, for the anaphase, the next one, anaphase. For the anaphase, the thing will separate. This one is a special case, separate this. Okay, when come to exam, how to explain this one? Answer is sister chromatids separate. Okay, sister chromatid separate for anaphase. Then for the telophase, last one, telophase, it will show a little bit of the cytokinesis effect, nuclear membrane reform, and then for each side got two single form of the chromosome. Central remain, and you can see here got two chromosome in each nucleus at the end after cytokinesis. This cell we have two chromosome because 1, 2. This cell also 1, 2, also two chromosome. And just now starting is two chromosome. Now ending each cell is also two chromosome. That's why diploid starting, ending both also diploid. This is the mitosis. Reason how come diploid become diploid is actually here due to sister chromatid separate. That's why remain the same number of chromosome. Diploid produce diploid here. Okay, this is for mitosis. Okay, when come to mitosis exam part, you have to understand how to explain every single phase, how to draw the diagram, how to count number of chromosome. Diploid got how many chromosome, for example, okay, and then you have to know the importance of mitosis. Okay, so that's it for mitosis. And in case want to come out, can be also like application about cancer. Mitosis can also link to the cancer, okay, because cancer is due to uncontrolled mitosis. And then for the mitosis application, so got one more, is actually the tissue culture. Okay, tissue culture or the cloning, all is under mitosis. So actually mitosis can come out, normally is in structure. Okay, normally mitosis comes in structure. They can come out about the prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase diagram, or give you maybe the 4 diagram, got 1 or 2 diagram is empty. They ask you to draw the diagram. So you have to know how to draw, drawing, how to explain also. Normally they ask you explain the chromosomal behavior, how the chromosome behave, okay, and also can ask about also the interphase, the G1S and the G2 phase, okay. And application quite popular for SPM for exam is about a cancer formation due to mutation, then got uncontrolled mitosis, and then form the tumor, okay. And then for the meiosis, the very popular about meiosis is actually the crossing over. Okay, crossing over for the prophase one. The one is the most popular because crossing over is the main factor that can affect or that can cause variation. Okay, okay. Hope this one can help you. This chapter cell division is very popular for structure and is also very tough topic. Hope that you can understand better. Okay, so we move on to the next one. Okay, feces and defecation means how to form feces basically. So how to form feces here is very simple. It's actually just the colon. It's about the colon. It's our big intestine. They form the feces. So anything that we cannot digest, like fiber, the thing that we cannot digest, okay, the indigestible material plus the waste product, something like the urea, when they combine together, okay, and of course when come to the colon, okay, our colon, the big intestine, colon with only one function, is actually to absorb water. So our small intestine called villus is to absorb the nutrient, and then for our colon is to absorb the water, and then in the colon means the big intestine, usus besar, inside there form the feces. Okay, so anything that we cannot absorb, okay, anything that we cannot absorb from the food will become part of the feces. Plus also the waste product like the urea, they will combine together in our big intestine, and then all the way in the big intestine got absorb water, right? So it will become harder and harder and come out as the solid form, feces. Okay, so basically the formation is actually in the colon. Main point is colon absorb water. Okay, of course, colon also got peristalsis. So the longer the feces stay in the colon, the more water can be absorbed by our colon, means into the body. So if let's say for those got constipation, it means for their big intestine, the movement of the peristalsis is very, very slow. So the food stay inside for a very long time. it means also we can absorb more water. The longer they stay in the colon, the more water we can absorb from them. Because colon is to absorb water, is to form the feces. So if absorb too much water, the whole thing become too dry, solid, too dry. Okay, and come out also very hard one. This is called constipation. So how to overcome this problem? Eat more fruit, eat more veggie, fiber. Because fiber help in peristalsis movement. Okay, how about like this? For those got food poisoning, once you got food poisoning, the feces formation is different. Because once you got food poisoning, your body will respond to the poison. How to respond? The poison is in the food, right? So your body will send the signal, the impulse to the colon to perform peristalsis faster. When the feces move faster in the colon, so lesser time to absorb the water, right? So come out is the watery one, diarrhea. Understand? So basically about this process is, main point is colon, absorb water. These 2 points as the main one. Okay. Okay, so how to overcome about the case constipation? Just eat more fruit, eat more veggie, get more fiber. Okay. Okay, move on to the next one here. Okay, soalan 12 by this student is homeostasis the same as the process where insulin and glucagon happens? Okay, maybe you feel a bit confused here like this. Okay, homeostasis you study, number 1 is your Form 4 syllabus chapter 2, the last part after cell organization. Number 2, you study the term homeostasis is actually from your Form 5 syllabus chapter 3, homeostasis after the hormone. So basically homeostasis is how we control our body, the internal environment. Okay, and for homeostasis actually got 3 things we need to control based on our syllabus. Number 1, we need to control our blood sugar level. So basically how to control blood sugar level is under homeostasis. So basically my answer to you is yes, but it's not 100% yes. Insulin, glucagon, these 2 hormones is to control our blood sugar level, and this part of our homeostasis. Actually, homeostasis is the ability of our body to maintain our internal environment at the constant level, at the normal level, and our internal environment including blood glucose level. And these 2 hormones, insulin and glucagon, that actually help to control our blood sugar level, means help to control our internal environment. So it's under homeostasis. I repeat here, actually homeostasis is very popular for your exam because of it involves impulse and hormone together. And under homeostasis, there are 3 main topics you have to know for your exam. Number 1, yes, is the blood sugar level, about the insulin and the glucagon. This is number 1. Number 2 is about blood osmotic pressure, means about the urine formation. Okay, and number 3, answer is body temperature. How we control our body temperature. For example, let's say, okay, when you feel hot, you will sweating. So for the cooling effect, it's also under homeostasis. Okay, so one more time, homeostasis got 3 things in our syllabus. Yes, number 1 is about how to control the blood sugar level, body temperature, and the blood osmotic pressure. So my answer to you, this one, answer is regulation of blood sugar level is part of homeostasis. Okay, okay. Now for the next one. Okay, soalan 13. May I know that what are the technique for scoring paper 3 in biology? What is the section that I need to score? Okay. For paper 3, you got 2 sections. You have section A and section B. So for paper 3, bio, total 50 marks altogether, 50 markah. You will have 2 experiments, section A, 1 experiment, section B, another experiment. Okay, look at the marks first. Section A got 33 marks altogether, 1 experiment. B also 1 experiment is 17. My advice to you is focus on the section A because 33. Here only 17. Okay, yeah. So basically for section A is something like the structure, soalan struktur, and B is like the essay. So essay normally is like you know the whole story, you can write the essay. You don't know the whole story, you can write the essay at all. But for the structure, even you cannot understand fully, don't worry. For this one, section A, they will give you all the answer, give you all the info already. Just based on the info given, they will ask about number 1, very standard, observation, pemerhatian. Okay, yeah. So for pemerhatian, for observation, what you can write for the answer, every single thing is from the table given. So the table will give you the information about the result. Okay, you just base on the result and then you just answer. So observation must base on the table given. The result, the table, so must base on the table and give the answer. Okay, I give you one example. Let's say we talk about the timing, the time taken. Okay, let's say for the about the time taken for the methylene blue solution turn to colorless, how many second or how many minute. You must take the second or the minute exact figure from the result. That's it for observation. No need to explain any single thing, just from the table, whatever you can see from the result, just copy the title, result, copy to your observation. That's it. You can score maximum 3. Okay, number 1. Number 2 is the inference. Okay, for the inference means you have to explain your observation. Why like that? The theory. Okay, for example, let's say we talk about Form 5, Chapter 1, potometer transpiration. Okay, how fast the bubble can move from point A to point B, about the time taken. The faster means higher rate of transpiration. When it comes to observation, you have to mention how many seconds or how many minutes the time taken for the A bubble to travel from point A to point B. Am I right or not? From the table. But when it comes to the inference, no need to mention the same thing. You have to explain why. Why this one, okay, A bubble move faster than the B one, slower. Why like that? Because the rate of transpiration is higher or lower. Okay, and also based on the condition given, maybe it's light intensity or got other factors. Okay, yeah. And then for paper 3, one of the difficult part is actually the operational definition. The last part, operational definition. So some students, they have no idea what is operational definition. It means based on that experiment, what do you understand about the thing? Or let's say about the enzyme, for example, or maybe about the transpiration. So you must take the answer from the MV, RV, and CV combined as conclusion. Your MV, RV, CV combined as conclusion. And for this paper 3, if you can score the section A, for example, section A, you can score, let's say 27 and above, because everything is given already. Everything is given, 27 marks and above. Even your section B, you score maybe about 9. When like this combined, you already can get 36. Yes, 36. If you times 2, make it percentage, is actually about 72%. You are still under A category. So the main point is you must focus on the section A, because here is very easy to score. Section A, even some students can score almost maximum, means 33 over 33, because the format is a fixed format. They won't change the format. They always ask about the result, observation, variable, hypothesis, then give you the table. So you have to construct one table, graph. Okay, it's very standard one. So the format until today, they not yet changed. It's still a very fixed format. You can refer to any past year paper 3. Better, you can refer to maybe last year or last 2 years paper 3. That's the format. every single experiment, they ask the same thing, even different experiment, but the way they ask you is the same. They will ask about result, observation, inference, variables, hypothesis, then give you certain info. You have to construct a table, draw graph, explain the graph, give you other condition, predict the result, operational definition. Okay, normally they will ask total 11 things because 33 marks, every one question they will give you actually 3 marks. So total got 11, means total is 33, very standard. Okay, but for section B it's very hard to target because it's something like report writing. If you know the experiment, you can write everything. But once, let's say you cannot answer that experiment, what you can do, maybe you cannot score 17, right? But try to score like the hypothesis, the MV, RV, CV. You try to get something info from the info given, the paragraph. You can get some info one, like from there you can get easily the MV, RV, CV. Okay, so this one essay is depends on your luck. But for the section A, you can really focus the technique how to answer, because section A is a fixed format and it's very, very easy to score. So my advice is practice more section A. It will help you a lot because look at the marks is 33, means it's more than half. Okay, compared to the essay, it's very hard for me to explain how to do the report within like the time remaining, because only report writing alone, basically we need about 1 to 2 hours to explain every single step here. So my advice is you can get more marking scheme, look at how they allocate the marks for you, hope that it will help you. Okay, yeah. Okay, next one, soalan 14, explain about blood osmotic pressure and ADH hormone. Okay, so it's Form 5 Chapter 3. Okay, for the blood osmotic pressure, number 1, for those cannot register the word osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure, what is osmotic pressure? Just assume that it's the word concentration, kepekatan. So blood osmotic pressure is somehow like blood concentration, kepekatan darah. So for those got high blood osmotic pressure, means the blood is very concentrated, high concentration. For those got low blood osmotic pressure, means the blood is very dilute because low concentration. I repeat here, the blood osmotic pressure you can assume is actually the blood concentration. But exam, you cannot write blood concentration, you must write blood osmotic pressure. Let's say, after, okay, I'll put it this way. I'll give you one example. If you don't drink water for more than 5 hours, no water for more than 5 hours, then your blood will become very concentrated because lack of water. Once lack of water, when not enough water in your body, let's say never drink water for more than 5 hours, okay, what happens is you feel thirsty, right? Because once not enough water, the blood osmotic pressure answer will increase. Why increase? Not enough water means now blood is very concentrated. When your blood is very concentrated, the concentration is higher. So blood osmotic pressure will increase. Understand? So this high blood osmotic pressure, of course, in your body, there's a receptor that can detect the high blood osmotic pressure. When your blood flow all the way until the hypothalamus here, there's one receptor, is called the osmo receptor. Osmo, here also osmo receptor. Okay, this osmo receptor in the hypothalamus can detect, okay, now got very high blood osmotic pressure. So this high blood osmotic pressure is detected by osmo receptor. And then from here, it will send impulse to inform your hypothalamus. Because this under homeostasis, okay, which part of the brain control homeostasis is our hypothalamus. This is the region of the brain that give you the feeling thirsty. It's actually here. Thirsty, because here give you the feeling thirsty here. Once you feel thirsty, of course, the hypothalamus will inform the kidney. Will inform the pituitary gland first. Hypothalamus will send impulse. Let's say this is the hypothalamus. Down here, this one a bit small one. This is the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is located just below the hypothalamus. I will inform this gland. Okay, now body lack of water. Not enough water. What we can do is, okay, now I want more water remain in the body. So it will inform the pituitary gland to secrete more ADH. Okay, now come to the hormone is ADH here. ADH, the function is to reabsorb water. I will say reabsorb must be in the kidney. Okay, again, okay, when your body lack of water, your blood become more concentrated. So blood osmotic pressure increase, means blood concentration increase. So high blood osmotic pressure is detected by the osmoreceptor. Then your osmoreceptor will inform, means send impulse to the hypothalamus. Then from here, your hypothalamus will send impulse to the effector, this is the pituitary gland, to secrete more ADH, so that more water can be reabsorbed in the kidney. This ADH is secreted by the pituitary gland, carried by your blood all the way to the kidney. Then in the kidney, ADH function is to stimulate reabsorption of water. Imagine if more water is reabsorbed, means return to the blood. More water return to the blood means less water come out as urine. So eventually is you drink less water, you form less urine. And how to make it happen is the ADH. Okay, I put it this way here. Actually, ADH is stand for anti-diuretic. D and the H is hormone. Anti-diuretic hormone here. So anti means stop, against, stop. Anti is stop. Diuretic is urine. Hormone is just a chemical signal. So this signal is to stop urine formation. So when your body lack of water, your hypothalamus now will inform your kidney to stop urine production. And this signal is the ADH, is a hormone. Hormone is just a chemical signal here. Okay, like this. And this ADH who produce is the pituitary gland. It means your hypothalamus just inform the master gland, the pituitary gland said, okay, now I need more water back, form less urine. So of course from here, it will inform the pituitary gland to secrete more ADH. Then carried by your blood all the way flow until the kidney. When come to the kidney, this ADH, the target part is actually the distal convoluted tubule. You can recall for the urine formation, we have the Bowman's capsule, the nephron, we have the proximal convoluted tubule, we have the loop of Henle, and the distal convoluted tubule. ADH, the target part is the distal here. So when this hormone comes to the distal, it will cause the wall, the tinding, okay, the membrane of the distal tube to be more permeable to water, so that more water can be reabsorbed at the distal there. So more water from the distal return to the blood capillary. So when more come to the blood capillary there, means more water is reabsorbed, return to your blood. Okay, yeah. So if more water is reabsorbed, it means less urine is formed. Okay. So basically, the more ADH, the more water is reabsorbed, then lesser urine. Okay. So, okay, next one here. Okay, so we get the summary for today, what we have revised so far. Okay, so for today, we revised about just revise, is about the blood osmotic pressure and also the ADH. How can these two link together? We revise about mitosis, meiosis, importance of mitosis, importance of meiosis, and also the process, the prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase diagram. Okay, and what else we revise today? Photosynthesis mechanism, the light reaction and the dark reaction. You have to know, okay, in which part of the chloroplast happen the light reaction is the grana. Dark reaction is the stroma. And you have to explain the process step by step. In case for essay, explain every single thing. If can, put in paragraph. Light reaction, one paragraph. Dark reaction, one paragraph. Okay, we also revised today is about the human digestive system. For all the enzymes that involve, normally when come to exam, they won't ask everything. They will make it very specific. For example, only explain carbo digestion, starch. Only explain protein digestion. Only explain lipid digestion. Okay, okay. So basically, okay, this is what we revised for today. I hope anything that we revise here will benefit your mid-year exam next week. Okay, and I wish you all the best in your mid-year exam. Thank you for watching. Okay, please watch more video Tanya Guru at recording spmflix.com, and don't forget the next section Tanya Cikgu is 5 of it's Friday 3 p.m. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.